Hi, are you tired of trying? You feel like you're doing everything and all these techniques and to no avail and nothing seems to be changing? Stick with me. This video is for you. I'm going to share with you some different quotes from different metaphysical teachers that point out what it is that we're all supposed to be doing, and it sure the hell isn't trying hard. So if that is you and you want to see things happen, or like I say, you want to see shift happen, then stick with me to the end of this video. For those of you who are new, welcome to The Rosey Life. My name is Rose. If you are interested in working with me one-on-one, or you would like to join my community, you can go to TheRoseyLife.com, read more information there, where I show up once a week with lives and do more one-on-one private teaching in a group format. And let me just tell you that that group is amazing. By the way, I am also already committed to doing a one-day in-person retreat. The first one is going to be in London, and it is January 2nd, and it will be an all-day retreat. If you are interested in learning more information and the details about that, send me an email, rose@roseylife.com. I only have 10 spots, and I purposely am keeping it small because I really want this to be a personal experience, and we're going to be doing so many wonderful things, diving deeper into your power, not just techniques. Okay, so if you're interested, go to RoseyLife.com. Actually, I don't have anything on my website because this is a very private event, so it's very VIP. I'm not even publicizing this on my website. If you're interested, just send me an email and I will send you the information. There's also going to be another one in San Diego in February. The date is not set yet, but it will be in February. And if you're interested in the one in San Diego, you can also email me ahead of time, but the one from London is first. So I'm announcing that one as well. There also will be one in Chicago, of course. Hello, my hometown. But that will come later on, like in March, maybe April. Okay, so let's get back to this topic because there's so much frustration, I feel like, and so much efforting that gets put into manifesting when we come across this information, and we learn that we can have it all. We learn that we have the power to manifest anything, and you might even manifest things and you're like, oh, I was able to manifest this, but how come I can't manifest that thing? And that is because you learn that these techniques, or these changing your self-concept, or listening to subliminals, or all these things, you're like, oh wow, I feel different and I see the change. But the emphasis still is not in the right direction. It's not internal. And I don't mean internal with a 3D you, because this is something that a lot of people get mistaken with, and even I did this too, is it's not the internal 3D you, like your mind, right? Or your thoughts. That's what a lot of people try to really focus on, is changing their thoughts and changing how they feel. But they still aren't understanding what is driving all of these things to happen, okay? What the power behind the thoughts, the power behind you guiding this power. So first of all, everyone has the ability to have anything they want. That is your divine right. You are worthy and you are good enough because you are here, period. Acceptance of that is very important. You just accepting that you are worthy and you are good enough. You don't have to say it to yourself 100 million times. You do not have to sleep with subliminals. You don't have to script it 1,000,000 times to get it through your subconscious. No, it's a matter of accepting that you are worthy, period. Accepting that you are good enough, period. It's not how do I do it, it's just accepting it. It is. And I promise you, when you make it that simple, you will shift really fast into the feeling of, wow, I am good enough, period. There's no buts after that. Anything that comes after that is just the ego just yakking away, and you can let that part of you just do its thing, because that's not who you are. So all this efforting and trying comes from so much content, so much techniques. I know I used to teach it, and there's tons of people that are out there, but honestly, you guys, on my journey, I am letting all that shit go more and more, and I'll probably delete a bunch of videos really soon, because this is not about techniques. This is not about trying to get stuff. Your manifesting is not about getting stuff. In fact, in the Course of Miracles, it even talks about what miracles are. Okay, and I have some notes here. That's what I'm looking down at, you guys. Okay, but it says prayer is receiving love, and miracles are the expression of love. So miracles meaning a manifestation, okay? So prayer is when you go within to your imagination and you visualize, or you affirm, or when you script, when you move over into a desired scene or a desired end that you want, okay? That's the prayer. When you do that, even Neville Goddard talked about prayer too, is your divine imagination. And that when you do that, in that moment, you manifested it. You received love from your higher self, from I am. You received that divine love saying, of course, Rose, you can have that. And then that moment, it became yours. Do you see? It became mine. It became yours. And then the miracle, the manifestation, what humans deem miracles, oh my God, it's a miracle, right? That's the expression of the love that you already experienced inside. You get that? That is so powerful. So prayer is you receiving the love. The manifestation is just the expression of it. Okay? The expression is the externalized thing that happened within. So when you manifest something, right, it even goes on. And I want to read this. And I actually did a TikTok and I read this part of the Course in Miracles. And I'm getting so much feedback from that little TikTok that I wrote. And I'm probably going to make more. I'm reading a little bit more of the Course in Miracles and other things that I'm studying. But miracles, it says, should inspire gratitude, not awe. Awe is for revelation from your inner being showing you something. So what it's saying is that miracles should inspire gratitude, just like thank you, thanks for my gift. So the manifestation should inspire the feeling of thank you, because I actually already received this. And when it expresses, you're just like, oh, wow, thanks. Thank you. Like you received something out here, but you already received it. You're like, oh my God, but you already gave me the manifestation. And here I am saying, I know, but look, now you can play with it out here. So it's miracles are expression. So it's saying that we shouldn't be in awe when manifestations or miracles happen, that it is gratitude that we should feel, because awe meaning, oh, wow, that is reserved for revelation, meaning when your I am downloads something to you that is just between you and your I am, nothing else. Do you see? So revelation is when you're just like, you get the light bulb moment, something clicks, you get a download, all those things, right? It's between your higher self and you, not between anyone else, but between you and you, your higher self and you. And it's literally downloaded. Revelation also is not reciprocal. It says that it is one directional, and meaning you aren't giving a revelation to the I am. Your I am is downloading to you, period. And when you feel that, you guys, it feels like, holy shit, like, wow, oh my God. It feels like amazing. It feels like hallelujah, right? Like something parted, like it feels amazing. But that when we manifest things, like, yeah, it's amazing, it feels amazing, but it says that miracles are to teach you that you are one with it all, so that it's more about miracles or manifestations are normal, it's habitual, it's a habit to have everything, right? And the miracles and manifestations are literally just to teach us that we already have everything, and every time you have a manifestation, it's uniting you with your I am. That's the purpose of it. Miracles are literally lessons for you to learn that bring you closer, all of them. It doesn't matter what they are, even if the ones that you judge as negative or positive, all of it is to bring you closer to your I am. And when you think about trying really hard and efforting, right? Do you see how this doesn't even make sense with what I just quoted you from the Course of Miracles? Where's the trying hard, the techniques, and you have to do it 10,000 times a day or whatever, all these different things that are out there, right? It's like miracles and manifestations are an expression of love. They're not something that you have to work for. So why work for it? You can. And I can't sit up here and tell you that all those techniques and affirming and all that stuff, that it won't give you results. It will give you results, and you will experience frustration. You won't be able to keep it. You'll be constantly on your toes affirming. You will be wondering if the thing or person will leave you again. Because you still don't have that foundation of what is going on here. Why am I able to manifest? Become more curious about that. Even Neville Goddard, that was the other one I wanted to bring up, is that he says he uses very, very light touch. Remember, miracles are expression of love, okay? Love isn't forced. Love isn't controlling. Love isn't beating yourself up. Love isn't fixing yourself. Love isn't healing journeys. Love isn't like looking for your flaws. And in fact, even this is also in the Course of Miracles, it talks about how, that God sees you in perfection and holds that image of you, right, until you see it for yourself. So even with, like I said earlier, even with a lot of the content that I have on my, years ago, earlier in my channel, and I'm just like, this is like a leveled up on another scale, okay? You don't have to change yourself. You don't have to. Your self-concept is identifying with your I am. That is what your self-concept is. In fact, my Badass Confidence course and community, right? Initially, I put it out there as increase your confidence, right, in yourself. It's like, yeah, but what does that mean? Confidence is Christ consciousness. It really is stepping into your I am. And for those of you who are in this course and community with me, you guys can comment down below to help others understand what it is that you're learning. I'm not here just teaching techniques in that group, you guys. In fact, I don't. And on the other hand, I am guiding everyone into their I am, their Christ consciousness, right? And how to do that by letting go of old shit that you keep holding on to, old stories. I was in a yoga class the other day, and the teacher came over to assist in a pose. And before, I would take that when the teacher would come over and assist my body with a certain pose, I was like, oh, I'm not doing it right. Or, God, no one else is getting help. Why is she focused on me? And maybe I'm looking dumb, or I don't know how to do this, or I need help, right? No, that's how I used to think. Now, when the yoga teacher comes over to help me assist, is because she sees how deep I went into the stretch or the pose, or how flexible I might be in that pose, and here I am thinking that I nailed it, right? And she comes over and pushes me just a little bit more, stretches me just an inch over, and I'm just like, holy shit, that freaking feeling it. And because she gets me to get into it deeper in a way that I didn't see it. That is how I see myself as a coach in the Rosie life. I'm not here to force you or to tell you stuff that you don't know. I see myself And that is really how I want to see myself going forward. And you'll probably hear me say a lot of different things now, and my content will sound a little bit different now, because that's exactly how I want all of you to see me, is that I'm here to deepen your stretch, to deepen your understanding, to deepen your awareness of who you really are. And that is exactly what I do with my coaching. That is what I do with my community and course. So the other thing about trying so hard and efforting so much, Dr. Joseph Murphy, he has an audio on YouTube, and you can find it. They're all free on YouTube. But one of his audios, I forget which one, I think it's titled like, limitations or something like that. How to deal with limitations or blocks or something, not blocks. He calls it limitations. And the first thing he says is that you must use a light touch, right? So you must use a light touch. In other words, not forcing, like back it up. Neville Goddard, same thing. What is light touch? Love. Love is light touch. It's not forcing. Neville Goddard, same thing. He talks about, isn't it wonderful? That's not forcing, unless you're sitting there saying it 1,000 times a day, right? But he says like, oh, isn't it wonderful? And he talks about going into SAT, state of clean to sleep, right? Where you're relaxed and you're not pushing and forcing, right? All of these teachings are about, in Neville specifically, in Joseph Murphy, all of them actually, but Neville specifically teaches about the I am. He's constantly using the Bible and describing what it means for you, right? And becoming aware of our I amness, that's the focus. But so much focus, and it was me too, you guys, all right? And there's still a lot out there. So much of the focus is about getting your SP bag, getting the money, getting the house, getting the car, and finding the fastest technique to have it, right? That's the focus. That's all external, okay? Even changing your self-concept, that's external. Because the only self-concept that you ever need to focus on is that you are God, and that you are the cause of all of it, that you are everything. You are one with everything. When you step into that consciousness, right, that Christ consciousness, that I am Christ, okay, that is the ultimate self-concept. You cannot trump that. That is who you are at the core. You don't have to go around saying that you're lovable, that you're this, that you're good enough, that you're worthy, that you are whatever, okay? Because all of that, any affirmation you can think of, right? I'm good enough, all of those affirmations, where do you think they come from? It's like you were born everything. You are one with all of those affirmations. You are one with every self-concept you can think about. You are one with every desire you have. So when you focus on being one, right? And that is what the Course in Miracles talks about, is that miracles are to bring you back to uniting with your oneness, that you have everything. You have everything. So when you make that your priority, the focus of you stepping into your I amness, you remembering that you are everything, that you have everything right now, and that it is all right at your fingertips for you to change and have at any moment. When that becomes your focus, you don't have to worry about changing your self-concept with affirmations. You don't have to worry about what technique works. You don't have to worry about if you're doing something right, because you are stepping in, claiming your divine nature, God. And there is nothing more powerful than that. And I have so many clients already proven that, and they're just like, holy shit. At the beginning, especially my 90-day clients, at the beginning they're just like kind of struggling, because I can tell that they came from different watching different videos or working with different people that were teaching them techniques and what to do, and keep pushing and pushing and keep it persisting and persisting externally as 3D, not persisting within, knowing who you are, and that of course you get everything that you want, right? So that's the cool thing. So do you want to create a life? Do you want to keep living a life, or you want to create a life where every time you want something, you have to go through all these rituals or you have to affirm constantly, or that you have to script constantly, or you have to figure out the right imaginal scene constantly? Do you want to keep going down that path? If so, it's okay, because that is good too. Everything is good. God created everything and saw that it was good. So that's good. That's an option for you. But there's also the option of you. I mean, there's so many options, right? But there's the option of you, which is, in my opinion, the ultimate option, selecting to unite and to be one with your I amness, from be feeling whole, fulfilled, and complete. Can you imagine? Even in the Course of Miracles, it says the purpose of miracles, manifestations, is to teach you, to bring you back to bring everything back to its I amness, back home to who you really are. Because when you get to that, when you get into that, you don't feel like you're missing anything, anyone. You don't feel like nothing's separate from you. In fact, you're just like, you feel fulfilled. And you're just like, almost don't even want, you're like, there's nothing to want because I have everything. And the very cool thing is that everything just comes flowing to you with like no effort. Literally, like my clients, like no effort. And and you too can do this. You don't even have to sign up to work with me. You can do this by focusing on your I am. And because when you do, when you feel that wholeness and completeness, everything just falls on your lap. Because you feel fulfilled and satisfied completely. You are everything, and you feel you feel that fulfillment within. And the irony, all those things that you were affirming, scripting, visualizing, all of that stuff, it just flies onto your lap because you are no longer in the needing, right? And I want to leave you with one last thing about if you're trying, because I know a lot of you are going to ask, you're like, what do I do next? Well, I love this in Reality Transurfing. He talks about that you want to reduce, think the level of importance to the thing that you desire. So let's say that you've been affirming, you've been scripting, you've been visualizing, and you're just like, none of this is working. What he's suggesting is you want to reduce the level of its importance to, it's a choice for me to have this, but it's not important for me to have it. Do you see the difference? If you make that thing important, it like runs from you. And there's so many stories about this, right? You don't want to make it so important, because then you're putting that thing on a pedestal that is more important, not just from you, not more important than you, but understand that who you are, your beingness is fulfilled and you're whole and complete. So when you make something so important, you now took the focus off your wholeness and fulfillment and completeness. Do you see? And then he says, you want to see everything as a choice, okay? It's like, no, I want that, but it's okay. And he gives an example of what that feels like, right? He talks about, for example, if you have somebody in your family that had a baby or that got married or whatever, you say he says, these things are neither important to me, nor am I indifferent to them. So you want to be in that neutral zone where, yeah, that's so amazing, a new baby, or I got a new car, or whatever, that's so amazing, right? But he's saying, don't make it so important, but you're also not walking around acting like it's no big deal. Like you're just like, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't have to have that. Like, you don't have to do that either, okay? Those are the extremes of like, oh my God, I have to have that car, or I have to have that thing, person, job, money, whatever. It's like, oh, I just want it so bad. Do you see how much importance there is there? That keeps it away, right? Because he talks about the balance, the nature of balance needs to come in. And if that thing comes into you, then you put too much importance on it. The opposite of that is true too. It's like, you don't have to pretend or act like, I don't care about you, I don't care about money, I don't care about anything, I don't care. That's just as powerful as in energy as it is to put a lot of importance on something. So instead, you want to say, yeah, it'd be nice if I had that. It'd be cool if I had that, but I don't need it. I don't need that. I'd like to have that. That'd be cool. But I'm totally worthy and good enough and whole and complete without the thing or with the thing. The thing coming and going makes no relevance on my worth or that I am already fulfilled and whole. Do you see? And that's the same thing, the same kind of attitude of, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Wouldn't it be cool? That's my modern version of Neville's Isn't It Wonderful? Wouldn't it be cool if this thing, or isn't it cool that I got this thing? Isn't it nice? Isn't it wonderful? Wouldn't it be nice? All of those kind of statements, right? Do you see how loving and light touch, like Joseph Murphy says? All of this is light touch. Miracles are an expression of love. They are not to be worshiped and adored, right? It's your normal. And to get there, you want to focus internally on, I am whole, I am complete. All right, my loves, I intend this video was helpful, and I really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for supporting the Rosie Life. And my heart is just like, it just really feels like it's exploding with wanting everyone to know this information. And every day I wake up and I do what I heard another teacher said. He said every day he would wake up and he'd just say, God, how can I serve you? And that is exactly how, and Wayne Dyer said that. And that's exactly how I feel every day, because I just want everyone to see this, feel this, experience this, and step into their divine nature. All right, you guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.